So I got this question from one of you guys asking how to promote a music video using Facebook ads. We could also say the question's how to promote a music video using Instagram ads, since Facebook and Instagram ads, you run them from the exact same place and they're pretty much the exact same thing. And kind of as a special request, they asked to do it specifically for the rap genre. So a rap music video, which great, yeah, we'll do that. I'll use that as the example, and so when we do targeting and stuff, I can apply it for rap. But this is, all these steps are going to work for whatever genre you're trying to promote a music video in, and probably most of these steps will work for even if it's not a music video. Maybe you have some other type of video that you're trying to promote around, a different type of art of yours, or I don't know. But this is because the campaign type that we're about to go run is a video views campaign, and I'll show you in just a second what that is. All right, so I'm gonna assume that you already know how to get to the point of creating a new campaign inside of Facebook ads. If you're more of a beginner than that, then I would recommend you check out this video here. Should kind of get you up to speed. But right here inside of creating a new campaign, under the consideration column, you can see that there is a video views option. And if you hover over the eye, it says get more people to view your video content. Pretty straightforward. If it's a music video that you're trying to get people to see, that would make a lot of sense, and it would make a lot of sense for other types of videos as well. So let's give this campaign a click. I'll just skip over this for right now. If you want, actually, I will say this A/B testing is very important, and I have a good video explaining A/B testing, walking you through it, so I would definitely recommend that you check out that video. I'm just gonna click continue here, and now we're in the ad set section. This is where we're gonna choose where we want our ad to be shown and who we want our ad to be shown to, and then in the next section is where we'll actually work on the ad creative. If you look right here, let's talk about throughplay for just a second. Throughplay optimization is selected by default now, which it says right here, and you can change this option in the budget and schedule section if you want to. And how throughplay works is if we look right here, it's an optimization and billing option for video ads. So throughplay allows advertisers to optimize and choose to pay only for ads that are played to completion for videos shorter than 15 seconds. For longer videos longer than 15 seconds, throughplay optimizes and bills for ads that are played for at least 15 seconds. This optimization is available with auction or reach and frequency campaigns. So if you're trying to reach people, if you've got a music video, you want as many people, you want people who will be engaged with it to watch it. You don't want your video to show up in front of a bunch of people that aren't going to watch your video. You want people to watch the video. So using a throughplay is going to tell Facebook to optimize to try and find more people, and more of them that are the ones that are going to actually watch your video instead of showing it to ones that aren't going to. And so it will optimize for that, and then it'll also base, if you choose to, and I'll show you how to change it in a second if you don't want to, but it'll also adjust your billing to base your billing when you're paid based off of your throughplays. And this is good to note right here. I didn't know this before, but only 97% of the video is considered a full video, so it doesn't have to play a full 100%. If it plays 97%, that's counted as a full video view. Now moving into the audience section right here, we're gonna start to do some targeting, and we're gonna start to decide who we want to show our ad to, because there's billions literally of people on Facebook and Instagram. They're not all gonna be interested in your video, so we want to try and find that little tiny pocket of people that will be interested in your video and show your video to them. So for the example, like we said, we're going to be using rap as the example. These same steps though, just apply them to whatever genre you're working with. So let's say, so one thing I would do right away is, all right, so a couple things here. First, we could go open up a tool called Audience Insights, which is this tool right here, and we're gonna use it to do a little bit of research along with the, right here in detailed targeting section. If I click edit, right here, if this is turned on, this reach people beyond your detailed targeting, turn that off. This is what we're going to use, this detailed targeting section right here, along with Facebook Audience Insights. So if I type in just rap right here, you'll see that I get some interests that come up, and if you look in the box to the right, it'll give you the audience size. So in this case, rapping has an audience size of 207 million people. So that's an interest that I could target, and I could target those 207 million people. But then you'll see it's showing a bunch of other different interests here. So Chicano rap, country rap, rap rock, gangster rap, freestyle rap, all these different ones. And then, you know, rap is also known as hip hop. We won't get into what the difference is there. If you know what the difference is there, have an opinion on what the difference is there, I'd love to hear it in the comments. But you could also use hip hop, right? So hip hop music, hip hop dancer, artist, dancer, and whichever ones you think would make sense here. But be very willing to just run tests, because you don't actually know which one's going to work or not until you run it and actually get some data back and see. So, you know, if one doesn't apply, that doesn't mean, when you type something in here, that doesn't mean you should use it. Like, be smart enough to discern between which ones are good ones to test and which ones aren't. And then also, if you think your music's similar to another artist, maybe what you want to do is try and target that artist's audience. And so let's just say you think your music sounds like Drake, so you could type in Drake. You know, think of whatever would be the right person for you to target here, but I'm just giving an example. So like Drake, don't target Drake employers, Drake schools. Come down here and target the Drake rapper, 54 million audience. If you give that a click, you'll notice the audience size graph over here on the right will adjust, and your potential reach will adjust. So as things are set right now, there's a potential reach of 22 million, but maybe you want to target even a specific age range, so you could do that right here. Change that from, let's say you were trying to target younger people, you could go 13 to 17. Now you've got a potential reach of 1.4 million, and you could switch the genders to, maybe you want to do just men or just women. Let's say if I switch it to just men, what's that look like? Now you've got a potential reach of 70,000. If you did like Cardi B, right, maybe female rapper, target her, 4.1 million. So that's how that works. And then you could even narrow the audience through another interest, and this is where you just do a little bit of research. The more you run ads, the more you'll learn. But really, again, just coming back to testing, A/B testing, that's a huge part, is testing and just trying to, like, you can think about it all you want up front, but until you actually run some tests, get that data back, the data is what's gonna tell you if something's working or not. So, and in this case, something wise to pay attention to, you know, because if you're selling a product, then obviously you want to pay attention to if you're actually getting sales through your website. In this case, how many views you're getting, how long people are watching, comments, stuff like that is, you know, probably some things you'd want to be paying attention to. But you could narrow right here in this interest by, if I did like music video, music video, give that a click. Now there's a 2.9 million sized audience. Okay, now if you come down here to the placement section, this is where you're going to choose where you want your ad to show. So you targeted these people that, what is it, 30 to 40 year old women that like Cardi B and music videos. Where do you want those women to see the ad? Is it in their Facebook stories? Is it in their Instagram stories? Is it in the Instagram Explorer? And that's where you decide all this right here. If you want Facebook to just take a shot at it, use automatic placements, and it says recommended, I recommend use manual placements. Gives you a lot more control over where you show your ads. Oh, and real fast before we do that, I forgot about audience insights and how to do that. So jump over here to audience insights. Let's just use Drake again, for example. Let's say that's, you know, kind of the sound you're going for, whatever. So come over here and in interest, type in Drake, go find Drake rapper, give him a click. Okay, then what you do, you could glance right here, see like kind of what age genders following Drake. Fairly split. That makes sense. I bet if we did something like, I don't know, maybe Kodak Black, does he show up? I think he shows up. Yeah, he leans a little bit more men. Makes sense that Drake is a little more right down the middle. Anyways, so I got it back on Drake. If you come right here and click on page likes and scroll down, this section right here finds you audiences with the highest affinity, meaning it finds you other interests that you can target with audiences that are closely related to the Drake audience. So in this case, since Drake is so big and so split, you know, and I know just because I've poked around here a lot, you can get audiences with much higher affinities. I would probably try and narrow down the audience in this case. So again, if it was 30 to 40 year old women, just as an example here, that we were trying to target, I would change that and change that to women. And then these page likes would adjust. And now you're seeing I'm finding audiences with a higher affinity like the coldest winter ever, Erica Dixon. So I would come back over here, and if I typed in, for example, Erica Dixon, okay, that's not showing up. And some of them just might not show up, but Kindle, not showing up. Code Black, Books and Art, Spoken Word. I don't think that's it. Let's see. Chrissy McDaniel. Okay, we might not get one out of this. Sometimes that happens. Brick Built Apparel. No. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say if we switch this to men, because that means most likely that those audiences are just too small that they're not showing up in the targeting section when you're actually trying to target and run an ad. So right here, Manny Fresh, that Manny Fresh will show up. Yeah, right there, Manny Fresh, interest 1.3 million. So there's 130,000 audience, and then if we narrow that through music video, for example, and I don't know for sure if music video is the right thing to narrow through. That's just one thing that would make sense for me to test, but I've never personally tried to promote a music video, but that would make sense for targeting purposes. And there's 91,000 people. And then let's come back down here to the targeting, the placement section. And let's just say we're trying to hit them in their Instagram feed. So let's go click off Facebook, audience, network, and messenger. So we just have the Instagram one selected. So there's feed, explore, sure, let's leave explore on, and Instagram stories. Let's just click that one off for now. And let's just say we want to run feed and explore. And now you'll see that the potential reach is at 73,000. And then right here you've got the budget and schedule section. So it's going to be defaulted to optimize the ad for through play delivery. If you want to edit that, click edit, and then you can change it to 2-second continuous video views. But I think through play is smart to use, so I would probably just leave that there. And then if you want to change how you're charged for it, if you come down here and click show more options, when you get charged, it's set to impression, but if you click edit, then you can choose to get charged for through plays. And so if you choose to get charged for through plays and you tell it to optimize for through play, and I'm assuming your music video is longer than 15 seconds, then what it's going to do is try and find people that are going to watch your video for 15 seconds or longer, and then you'll get charged according to however many people it finds that does watch your video for 15 seconds or longer. So that would make sense as the goal. You want people to kind of engage with this video, so I'd try the whole through play thing. And then as far as how much you're giving it, you can set this to a daily budget and just let it run and come in and turn it off whenever you want, or you could give it a start and end date and set up your budget, whether daily or lifetime for that. Just depends on how you want to do it. How much you want to spend, again, that's totally up to you. What's very awesome about Facebook ads, Instagram ads is you have complete control over how much it spends. So that could be $2, it could be $2,000, $2 million, whatever you want to spend in here you can. My only suggestions are, do make sure and give it enough, like $2. Sure, like Facebook will get it out there most likely and someone will see it, but not that many people, you know? And if you really want ads to work for you and you really want to learn how to run ads and make them work for you, you got to be willing to spend a little bit of money. And then part 2 to that, again, is to test a lot. For this one, for example, we use Drake, but you might want to, instead of combining Drake with a bunch of different rappers inside of the same targeting, you might want to separate that out into different ads so you can see, okay, how does Drake perform targeting wise against X rapper, Y rapper, Z rapper, whoever you want to plug in there. So that way when the data comes back, you can see, okay, this one performed this way, this one performed this way. If you lump them all together, you won't really be able to see that. You'll just see all together, how that's working. But if you divide that out, do a little bit more testing, then you get to see stuff a little bit more clearly. All right, now let's click continue. In the identity section right here, just make sure, and you do need to have a Facebook page created in order to run ads. So make sure you have the right one selected here, same thing with your Instagram account. And then right here, up to you if you want to create a new ad or use an existing post, but this is where you get to choose that. And then down here, right here in this section, if you want to add a video, you would do that right here. And then once you've inserted a video, you'll get a little preview over here in the right. And if you want to add any text to it, you can right here. If you want to add a website URL, you can right here, and that way anybody that clicks your ad will be taken to that website URL. And then that's it, you're pretty much done. Just come down here and click confirm, then your ad will go into review. Once it passes review, then your ad will go live and start to get shown to the people that you targeted.